Me and Dumba queued up for some. We were queued up,
Battle
and we
suit
got a fish market
operational.
game. And then, when I was basically queued and playing Buck because I didn't really pick myself, which, yeah, Buck on fish market, I don't think that would be a good idea, but it was just the random. Um, we're just having a conversation. But the title was from the first battle packs I messed out. The first battle pack
Let's make our time
I got.
count.
The first battle pass I got was the Sea Tyre and Sati. We're going up against Vora,
Five,
Tips.
4, 3, 2, 1.
Oh, oh, come on, man! Did you
The
just?
clock is
Oh,
ticking.
oh, thank
Make
God!
sure theirs stops.
Because Master Riding is a good pick for this map. Now what happens if you're fucking dismounted? Oh, they're going for dismounts. They went for dismounts. Yeah, huh? Get over here. Hello? How are you doing? I'm making a lot of space. We take this? Healer? Yes. Yes. Guys, I fundamentally disagree because I'm terrible at Ray. Honestly, I forgot how to play her effectively. Wait, is that an ult from... Oh shit. Cool, I can just do that and completely nullify Ruckus's ult. Yes! Feed me ult charge! Honestly, that is probably an indicator of when I need to stop the shields, of when I just use up on my entire ammo pool. I've just ulted and I've already gotten 40% back. Yeah, no, that was an insane amount of damage and whatnot. I was able to get out of there, Victor. Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm not able to push the off lanes with you. I could, but that could be abandoning Damba. I don't want to abandon Damba. Damba's a cool kid. What? Oh. Yeah, there's not really a way to do that. I'm an inconsistent healer with Ray. Because I want to be more than a heal bot with Ray, but Ray is a heal bot. Like, I want to go for the, I recently did a game where I went for the, they do 20% less damage while marksing, and that seems like an awesome thing. Instead of being like Genos, where you have stuff like that, instead you have a mark which decreases the enemy's damage. That seems like an honestly really interesting concept. So instead, she's a debuffer who slows down enemies, particular enemies. She debuffs the enemy not through damage, but through her own abilities, which debuff them. And that could honestly be an interesting concept for a healer, especially with Ray's heal being a bouncing one in between, so you focus more on debuffing the enemies. Like, you still do a ton of different things, but it's mostly a focus on debuffing enemies. Like, that honestly sounds like an amazing idea for a change into Ray, especially with her not having a stun of her own, and being particularly susceptible to flanks like Talus and whatnot. He has two fucking... Wow. Granted, I'm not one to talk, because tons of ult.
15 seconds remain.
Okay, he's going Master Riding. Oh, I just went the really long path.
9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3,
I don't ult here. I'm not playing a dumbass. Do not play a dumbass. Yeah, they can't destroy my shield fast enough. They can't. Holy shit. Actually, that just allows me to get Veteran too, which is great. I probably could have gotten that without giving them credits. It did give me a strong defense though, which has got me a few credits. 5, 5, 5, 5. Yeah. Okay. This new loadout, like, the other loadout was this on 5, this on 5. This card was instead a bit more healing received when I'm low on health. This card was at 1, and then this card was just the same. And honestly, I did the same thing with Barrack, where I took the guy's loadout that he said was the best loadout. It was like Thug Life or Thug Rated. It was Thug Rated, yeah. Very specifically, Thug Rated loadout. This means I don't have to buy Nimble nearly as much. I used to constantly buy Nimble on Fernando. This means I less need to buy Nimble on Fernando because I don't. Okay. Push into there. Push into there. Shit. Evie, be careful. I'm ulting here just to make sure that Evie is not fucked up. Damn it. Fuck, I forgot Keith could ult. I'm a moron. That is... Oh, Dom is dead. Yeah, that's me dead. But that was still really amazing. We all did really good. It's just that I need to be more careful with my ults. Because ulting there to save Eevee, yeah, that didn't really win us the point fight, especially because I need my ult to counter for Ben. I really just call the enemy Ruckus Fernando. I am more. I'm constantly dying by this. You also get slowed as a chicken. Why can you get slowed as a chicken? Choose one thing to be affected by. If you're slow right... And plus it does allow me to do shit like this, where the heat transfer thing has got a massive buff, because I now rely on the speed from it, so I do really like having the ability to chase down. Oh yeah, no, I died here. Let me just get this. Oh. Ooh. Or I can get even more health, which definitely can work. Sure. This is the meta that we have now. I don't think this meta is great, but this barely makes up for the levels I don't have in Cavalier right now. Let's dive right now. They can't really handle the dive. They're getting pushed back extensively. Yeah, a lot of them were weakened, so let me allow EV to leave that. Yeah, we can push this really far, can't we? Yeah, we can. Wait for a second. Try and deal damage up there. I think Pip's going to be trying to go back. Watch out. He looks to be trying to back up. He looks to be in the flank route. Let's back up a bit, just to make sure that the flank routes don't become nearly as prevalent. Give me a second to dive in. Behind us? Shit. Oh yeah, no, this was... Actually, this could provoke Rokus. Yes, Rokus. Specifically Rokus. Into ulti. Rokus. The thing is, I have Fierce Weapon, it doesn't matter to me. I really don't like the slow being combined with Polymorph. That means you can't use skills to try and reduce the ult. Granted, that isn't really something that is necessary with an ult, but I do think skills should happen instead of just bombarding. Like, it already... Like, Yagroth's ult, the punishment is really severe.
6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Strong defense. The credits. Yeah, this is... I'm so glad I'm recording this. Do not press the fucking space bar. But yeah, that's my job. Ruckus can't create too much space unless it's for threat of his damage, at which point, me versus him, we both have a lot of damage. He's going to Rejuvenate, which I've seen described as a throw pick, and, well, I didn't believe that. Simply going more health and making it so that your healer doesn't feel pressured to heal you, and you survive more on your own, I mean, Ruck, he does do that, but like, yeah, Pip. You went in without that. Well, having someone to cancel you may have been good. It may have forced you to go back sooner, which would have mean you don't have really... I forgot I could ult, but whatever. Sarah, you need to do that much sooner. Like, when you take... Like, the problem with that is you don't even want to take damage. You want to get out of there as quickly as possible, be undiscoverable. Actually, I can then still counter Ruckus ult. Thing is, will he ever feel pressured to go for Ruckus ult? Oh. Yes! The very end, thing is, Ruckus did create space because we wanted to chip his health down instead of going past him and leave him able to be there. So we didn't really get past his purpose. I'm lagging here, which is terrible. I fucking misclicked. No! That was a misclick on my part, my bad. See here. Honestly, I usually get morale boost as well. And that may serve me extremely well here. Well, Ruckus isn't really attacking me too much if I'm going behind cover. The slow is the worst part about that. The slow is the problem here. Because here's the thing, you just have her ult. Okay, then you can do that again. But Pip specifically waits so his cooldown is off cooldown, so he can slow you while you're polymorph, which is a horrific thing that shouldn't be possible. Like, I'm sorry, but if you're either in Moji's tree, like, oh shit, can you slow down Moji's tree? That may actually be a really good combination, having a slow with Moji. That could be real bullshit. Dive here right now. Oh, come on! But yeah, that's why I really don't like the fact that, you know, like, keep Ray's survivability. Her ulting on herself, okay, she doesn't use the ult for someone else. It keeps that selfish aspect to the ult, but then it means that, oh yes, like the problem is, I don't even give a shit about Ray. Ray can be dived and killed easily. It's the Ruckus that I have a problem with her saving. The problem with Ray's ult is that it gives two people invincibility. Thing is, I thought the invincibility for herself was greatly anticipated and it was fine, because it either forces her to choose herself and keep the healer in the fight, which is one of the best things you can do, and, you know, can definitely work the fuck out, or it was to keep one of your tanks in the fight, which could also be very good. But I see no reason to use it on really squishy targets. Granted, you can, but it also means that it puts more emphasis on tanks. Because that means that they're invincible and then they gain all their health back. Well, 75%. But 75% of their health is easy enough to heal back without cauterize. So its main draw is the anti-cauterize thing, which you can turn it into just anti-cauterize. But I don't think that's a good idea. Just hold down the button. Just hold down the button. She is dead. She is dead. Like, granted, you can see her. Yeah, no. Even if you, like, say, do a dash when Vora grabs you, so the momentum carries you further, it still kills you. So, yeah, no, not even being in the line of the melee hit still kills you. Thing is, I view that ult as more bullshit than fucking Yaggroth's ult, which Yaggroth's ult is a gigantic punishment.
Capture point spawning in 15
Granted, they could make Yaggroth have Vora's ult, and it's just a percentage-based thing, so you still have to deal damage to the person instead of fully executing a tank at full health. So they could have, like, similar ults, which could be fun, but a tank having a percentage-based execute could be real bullshit on the point, even though they originally designed her as to try and be a point tank. However, you kind of need to get around Cauterize. If Cauterize didn't exist, maybe Yag would be thing. Let's get some point pressure on here. Oh, yeah, no. Not right now. Not right now. The pressure I get is from getting healed. No! Fuck! So, the slow still happens, which I find to be super bullshit. Like, even with this at half, Vora doing that, Oh, God. Honestly, the pressure is what's pissing me off right now. Yeah, no, Pip's ult alone. Okay, sure, try and find cover, try and do that, try and counter it, but not getting kills during it. Okay, that's fine, and it can sometimes be used wrong for a character like that. Like, that's fine. I really hate this thing. Yes! Holy shit. You can go on point, get on point for touch. I'll just try and ult Eevee. Go for it. That was not a frame perfect one. We need to stop Sniper from having this sight line. Stop the Sniper from having a sight line on point. Did no one go with me? Shit! No one went with me! Master Riding is buy. Master Riding is a massive buy. You need to go with me. We need one person on point, then everyone else with me. I should have vocalized that. It was still GG. But damn, do I hate Pip's ult usage with his fucking slow. Pip's slow shouldn't work on his ult. Look, I really want to be immune to debuffs when it comes to Pip's ult. I totally understand Pip's ult, but Pip's ult mixed with a fucking slow, so you're at a lower health and just then getting slowed. Granted, I did do really good in my job of creating space. Sniper at the very end there, full wrecker. She was just destroying my shield. I can't really create space nearly as well. Oh, shit. Hello, little kitten. There's cats living in my basement. Mama cat and like a few little kittens. Sometimes they come up to the house. It's really something. He does that thing. Yeah, but like slows and stops feel so unfair. I understand. Like, granted, I used to hate having my movement abilities locked, but when you get to Eevee, which is real bullshit, I hate the slow during that. The cripple makes perfect sense. If thing is, with Tyra's Burn Monster, when they used to have it cripple, the cripple felt annoying as shit because I honestly would rather spend cooldowns. But that creates an interesting dichotomy. They walk out normally, so it's not only just buy nimble as much as possible to get out of fucking Firebomb as much as possible. But if you didn't have the cripple, they'd basically use their movement abilities to get out of there so they don't have to buy nimble. So it's a really interesting dichotomy of what Firebomb and for Burn Monster used to do. However, if Burn Monster was a slow with increased damage and a reduced healing effect, I would honestly just hate the fucking ability, but then Resilience would actually work on it, because then the cripple isn't constantly being refreshed. It's just a slow while you're in it. So then the slow can be reverted, which means that it with Resilience could be really good. So it's an interesting dichotomy of what if it had a slow instead? They removed more parts of it, and that kind of made it even less viable, because as a Nando, I'm dashing out a Burn Monster fucking immediately. I don't give a shit, because my shield makes me a bit slower, and I don't feel like doing that. Plus, the dash gives me movement speed. Hunting Party is amazing, but it could work more like Sky's Smoke Bomb. Like, alright, I deleted 2 things. But I have it like this, where it's kind of like the Genos Mark type of thing, where you want to have these 2 cards, and this card is also good, and then you have a bit of survivability between those cards. But what if, instead of heal for 200 gifts getting killing blow affected by Hunter's Mark, like, that goes to 1,000. You know what that is? That's called Kill to Heal, but Kill to Heal just takes credits, but it's also better. Thing is, with the new elimination cards, with how they're reworking a lot of the elimination, well, not the elimination, but the killing blow cards, where they're all technically getting nerfed, but not fully getting nerfed, it does work out a bit better. But like movement speed, while Hunter's Mark is active. Thing is, that doesn't. Hunter's Mark has 2 charges and grants its benefits to allies. Does that mean that if I picked up this card, I could give everyone on my team plus 25% movement speed? Probably not. That's just selfish. This is also selfish. These 2 cards, like, here's the thing. If I could actually get healing by healing my team by putting a mark on them, and then the person who got the killing blow gets healed for 1,000, meaning that I basically allow my team to have a free thing, or it's a free kill to heal. Yeah, it's a free kill to heal. That, and I give them movement speed, that could be really bullshit, but I have no idea if that actually works that way. Because the only thing that Hunter's Mark seems to do is 50% increased weapon damage, which honestly, when I was playing Moji, I played with a hunting party Tyra as a Moji and as a Koga. Both really benefit from weapon damage, as Koga gains more energy from that, and Moji is basically only her weapon damage. So both of those work extremely well together with Hunting Party. A healer that could probably do well with that, while also increasing even more, is lifesteal, because you have the lifesteal, and it isn't. Is it weapon lifesteal? If it is, good. If it isn't, still good. But then Corvus increases that and that. So Corvus paired with Hunting Party Tyra, where he doesn't need to. Corvus paired with Hunting Party Tyra paired with Moji could be a really fun team comp. They're nerfing this a little bit, but they're buffing Tyra a little bit, which is okay, I guess, because they're making this 12.5, which is basically putting these at 4. So it's meaning that you have to increase the required costs of it, which does suck a bit. Because honestly, I would run these at 6 and 6. Just to keep this and saying, like, I'm completely fine with this loadout. This loadout looks good. Just allow me to keep this thing, but it's 6 and 6, and this is less of an appeal. But because it's like that, then that's fine. Though you can even increase that, which means that they get 5% reduction, which Corvus mixed with Tyra, who has 2 charges, with Corvus having the Corvus having spreading influence talent to give that to 2 people. He can give it to Tyra on their flank, but then you could have 2 tanks sustaining themselves. Khan doing more damage with his weapon thing would probably generate even more ultimate for him. So Khan could be really good for that. A lot of the tanks don't rely too much on their own thing. I mean, I guess you could buff Terminus with the movement speed, but you wouldn't really need to do that. Dama's also good with the movement speed, but Corvus mixed with Tyra, mixed with Moji, seems really fun. Well, that or Koga. Koga is probably better because, say you get countered by a Koga as Moji, that can feel really unfun. You're going to need CC, because with Corvus, you don't really have CC unless you run Stunning Visage, which, no, not the best idea if you're going for that type of comp. So then you're going to want CC. So what's a champion that has a lot of CC? Well, Maldamba. Maldamba also has speed cards, but then you're going double healer, Tyra, Moji, and then who's your tank going to be? Because you're going to have Damba and Corvus. Corvus doesn't really have all too great heals. Damba does have some good heals. He could go with Kono's Wrath to make his stuns more consistent. So then what's a tank that can really survive on their own? Barrack and Nando are probably your best bets, because Nando could push with Tyra and Moji, basically making it so that they don't take damage while they fuck up the enemy team. So that seems to be a really interesting comp. And wow, have I talked about this a ton. I've also been wanting to try out a Terminus loadout, but I still want to keep queuing for that, where I got a Terminus loadout where they increased the health card, and I realized, well, extra health and extra movement speed, that's what you really want to press into them. This is more rapid scaling, which, while it is good, this still doesn't seem like a good match for Terminus. Moji's ult isn't that good compared to Koga's, which is a lot better. I'm being forced to play Frontline, aren't I? Right when I click this. Both Nando and Barrack have some really good ults, and I just had a really good Nando game, but my usage of Nando's ult needs to be hammered into my head to be a bit less frivolous, because I try and use it to save my flanks and that, and stop us from losing the point fight, but I think that just wastes my ultimate and gets me damaged. Like, increasing my survivability as Nando, amazing. You can even cancel it originally. Granted, I could totally. Granted, the problem with Nando's ult is also, I don't know the fucking range on it. Like, I really wish, when you had your ult charge, you could see how far away, like, you can save your teammates. Like, okay, if they're right there, they're at the very edge of that, so if they move away, they can be killed. But if I move towards them, that means they're less likely to be close to the edge. Or they can see where they're going to be unkillable and stick near that range, but maybe to the edge of it. That way my healers don't get attacked while I'm ulting or something like that. So it's a really dichotomy of like a lot of things could have a Grover's healing thing attached to it. Boom boom. Oh,
Oh, good luck.
I say myself I'm an emoji main, and I do really good as emoji, and I just like emoji. Glimmer's great, but 10% movement speed for 2 seconds. There's another card that has 5% movement speed.
Look at me. I'm harmless.
Makes it easier for you to stay in the fight. If you use Toot with it, Toot heals like 600 over 3 seconds.
Let's terminate their
It's,
time.
no, it's free rejuvenate at under half health, which is really great when posed with Cozy, as it means it heals for even more. And basically, as long as you pop your barrier, you have a lot more effective health technically. Oh, this is actually a really good situation for Moji to be in. They're all gathered on point. Moji, where are you? Shoot on the point. I'm giving you free reign to shoot on it. Yeah, there we go. Oh, fuck. Dredge needs to be attacked first and foremost. Dredge, I literally just saw where you placed that. That is so much damage dealt to me. And he can... Okay, the bounces are really annoying, and then you have fucking... I forgot to get items. I'm a fucking idiot. Thing is, that allows me to immediately get resilience too, because that's fucking needed when dealing with exterminate. Because, honestly, you really could just have resilience to make that less of an effect. Damn it. But like, Moji, like, your survivability, you got hampered heart. You could be healed up to a little bit more over full. I see the direction you went. I see the reveal. You can honestly go fuck yourself, Furia. Really? This just becomes even more annoying! That and the fucking bounce! Seriously, that and Betty's bounce! I understand that you want to have him be on point, but he has fucking broadside. The broadside is his bounce. I really don't like Eevee. I really don't like any super mobile characters that can do that. Because, like, there needs to be downtime between when they're super mobile. Like, they're super mobile for a time. Like, Yagoroth's concept, you're still able to move, but it's a form of increased... Yagoroth plus Stellar Wind. Stellar Wind is Genos. It doesn't really do too much. But you have two forms, passive and active. Active has a lot less movement speed, while passive has a lot of movement speed, so you can get into fights, but you can't really get out of them too much. I don't get hit by it, and thus my resilience doesn't get that. We want to back out and properly kill off Barrack easily enough. What do I do here? That works. They wanted to combo it. Honestly, I really don't like the fact that Dredge can't get kills used by Rushbound. Because honestly, his own weapon is really, really bullshit against fucking shield. Like, yeah, no, this is just 1 damage. This isn't Eevee at all. It's just Dredge completely breaking my shields without Wrecker. This is fun. No, it's not. His energy denial is on point with broadside. But then he has the bounces of his weapon. His weapons just explode in a little AoE. That way, if he misses, he misses. Because he has broadside. Granted, it worked, but Betty working kind of similarly. Like, Betty kind of fucking needs it, and... You should have given that to one of our flanks. I can't hit my ult button fast enough. But yeah, no, Dredge completely fucks me. Which means we need to go after Dredge. But Dredge you can place it everywhere. I don't really like Dredge for that kind of reason. Like, Dredge can be fun to play, but then you can just get fucked. Oh, great, I'm now even more fucked over. And I can't even counter his thing. Because, yeah, one level of that, it more than counters it. Like, you can still keep the same scaling, by the way. Like, that goes to 90%. This is 21%. So it's 21% versus 30%. So they'll basically, it's 21, so it's going to mean 63.
5,
It's 63 to 90.
2.
I mean, it'd still be terrible scaling, and like you're getting 9 off of every scaling, and it's the same price, which it really shouldn't be. If Guardian was a lot cheaper, I'd understand it. This is shit! Because he can destroy that, reload, continue destroying! His weapon! Like, I understand, but fuck no, it shouldn't have splash damage or anything else. That's in broadside. His area denial is in broadside, a thing that forces you to go back in that, instead of the instant fucking damage of his weapon that still does an absurd amount of damage to shields. This just feels unfair to fight because I didn't actually want to go Nando. And especially didn't want to go Nando versus Dredge. And I'm lagging. Oh, that's even more fun! How much damage does Dredge do to me now? Granted, Eevee is also annoying as shit, but I have my own problems with mobile. Granted, Talus is the really, really good example of this, where Talus has a lot of downtime on his thing, but I really think that the cooldown of Sigil should be increased immensely, like double. So even when you have cooldown cards, they're not worth running. You're gonna want to one cauterize. I can try and protect Moji while he does his shit, but that doesn't... Well, gee. Whoever... Moji, you're not really behind. What can I do against Eevee? Like, Eevee is getting out of my range, gets healed up immediately, doesn't really have any range where it isn't that shit type of shit, where they can get healed up immediately, which kind of nullifies their low health. If, like, give them average health, but make it so they can't get healed by their healer nearly as effectively. Like, their healer barely heals them no matter what. Could be a really interesting take, because they need their mobility and self-heals. However, those can be revoked. Yeah, this happens. It takes away some half of my shield because my shield's still in there. Honestly, I don't really like the glass cannon. No. You still have normal health. You still have normal that, but you can't heal for shit. There's this super serious shooter going around where it's like, what if Eevee couldn't heal for shit and couldn't self-sustain? So yeah, she's not great at poke. She's good for going in that, and her own cards / talents have to go in to counteract that weakness. So downtime, like I'm saying, add downtime in the form of a kit, but that may not be accepted. So how about downtime in the form of healing, where if they don't come in from side angles and surprise people and be more flanky, like them not being targeted, because if they're focused down, then they die. And oh, look at that! Both Dredge, Eevee, and Tyria all go for me at the same time, and I die immediately from full health. But yeah, no, meaning Eevee having to recover only from out of combat health and meaning that just stay out of combat for longer periods of time could be fun. But Dredge feels extremely fucking frustrating to fight because he destroys my shield so easily. Like, Dredge, like, he needs to be dive bombed hard, but then he has the fact that he can't do that. Symbiotic is kinda great for Moji because it means that
Moji.
that a lot of my things have that. It's like, you only need this at 2 because you're only going to be below half health. Yeah, that's great. I'm going to say this. Symbiotic Moji is more for Mojis who are on the front lines. But, like, the self-heal cards, like, you're out of cauterize with this, and you're usually below half health. That's great. This boosts the half health thing by 100. So this thing goes down by 100 and whatnot. Each thing means plus 25% have a health threshold. So it activates 100 health sooner. So I have 240 health. So instead of activating at 11, it activates at 12,000, which is great, especially if I get Haven, because that means when snipers do that shit to me, I can both survive the hit, and I put under the threshold to activate my magic barrier and immediately heal up a bit more. Which is great. Dredge, I've played him. He can be a ton of fun. His playstyle can be really great. his weapon damage is a bit bullshit though. 850. So 5 shots, basically a clip. Say you're going up against that, he can get that up quickly enough. That's not enough time for my shield to regenerate, and then he can do that to my health. And it bounces. If they got rid of the bounce and the explode, and it just fizzles out, like, Betty makes sense because she's out there flying in the air. Sometimes you really can't connect direct shots. But here's the thing. Broadside does the exact same thing. It bounces off of walls and then explodes. So Dredge, instead becoming a lob projectile that is a grenade that does have some splash damage, but that's just to discourage grouping. Well, Broadside is the actual area denial tool, could be really good. But it could also mean that Dredge isn't bullshit, where you need to actually master his aim with actually hitting that shit. Same with fucking Harpoon. So you slow them down, you can increase that slow by an additional. I don't think you can increase the duration of the slow. You can't, not like Buck. But I'm just mad that I got countered so hard. But yeah, that's kind of the problem with counters, is that, like, Dredge really can counter tanks and become an absolute monster. Like, Tyra isn't that bad. Victor isn't that bad. I've played Victor, and if I had Victor going by and just rushing straight Rector against me as Nando, that doesn't feel as bad as it's a constant stream of damage. I can turn that off, turn it on whenever I want. Dredge's is a massive burst, which makes it even more of a counter to Nando. And I think even like Wrecker 1 or 2 makes it so that he does 1,000 damage to my shield, as that's a 30% increase in damage. So 30% of this probably is enough for that, which is annoying as shit. I think I just want to not be tank, because tanks aren't fun when things like Dredge exist. Like, Willow isn't nearly as bad. Willow's dead zone can be devastating for Rom and Yagoroth, because it forces them to get off the point and a lot of other things. And I probably should play some more Willow. But Dredge makes it so that his deterrent isn't, you get no healing, meaning that as long as my team does some good damage to you, you can't play with your healer to go for an added effect. I'm just going Terminus here. I want to go Terminus. Terminus is kind of a counter to Dredge, because he can't do that type of shit because he doesn't want to shoot me in the fucking first place. But I still didn't know there was a Dredge on this team. Like, honestly, I'd like people to lock in to showcase that, because then people wouldn't want to lock in nearly as much. Granted, I still want to be able to see what it is, or at least like, this champion completely counters me, and I no longer wish to play frontline. Like, I want to switch from Nando to Terminus, because then Terminus doesn't get pressured nearly as hard, and he has more speed because Terminus and Nando have similar range, in the fact that they're really close range, though Nando does have piercing, same with Terminus's, but not to nearly the same effect. But, yeah, no, I really do think that being able to see, oh yes, a Koga is on the enemy team, and it's by Andrew Chicken. Well, I'm a fucking Moji, so I get countered horrifically hard, but still try and do my best. Okay, I think this may have been the Dredge. No, probably different. It's still extremely infuriating to deal with, and I still don't like that. But yeah, Dredge, as Moji, like, he can cleanse, and like, okay, that's fine. Koga has so many cleanses. That's kind of bullshit. Going up against another Moji has some cleanses. Zin has some cleanses, and it has a counter to rapid fire things. A lot of these things counter Moji because they cleanse. You know the talent snack attack? What if instead it made it so that your magic marks couldn't be cleansed? It's a niche talent and not the greatest talent, but it means that you specifically don't have to... What that talent means is that basically you're not fucked anymore. You're not constantly messed with and getting destroyed over. Because Koga cleansing that is annoying as shit. Your counters suddenly aren't your counters. Terminus can still put it up and cleanse it, but honestly, that doesn't really matter too much because Terminus isn't a full counter to Moji. Terminus counters Moji's damage because Moji's kind of a rapid fire, but that doesn't mean it's a full counter.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Capture point is spent. They're out of time.
Thing is, Terminus kind of relies on the enemy team still, Like, honestly, yeah, this shit's fun. Oh, this is fun. My entire team didn't go up, and I didn't want to drop down. And yeah, no, we're immediately fucked because yeah, your tank got killed because they went on a fucking loan because no one wishes to follow the tank upstairs, where is a much better position to spam down onto the point and help your tank from there. And your tank wants to capture the high ground in the first place. What? Why would it land there? Like, they don't even do enough damage to generate charges, which is really annoying. I would have been dead there, or I would have been close to death, and they would have been more brazen in their attempts to kill me if I didn't have that. And I fully believe that. But Terminus is a bit annoying in that he relies on the enemy team with his speed turn build, but once you get it, you never really want to leave it alone. Honestly, I'm just complaining because it is fairly annoying getting countered in Terminus by simply people not shooting at your shield. I mean, there could still be a reward, like they still get life steal. It still counts as them hitting me, so they still get like a lot of cooldown resets. So if it's necessary to reset another of their cooldown, then that could be done.
Capture point is spawned.
I didn't really do too much. It did literally nothing to do, but it did flip her back, and now it's chance getting away. I'm lagging. This is terrible because I don't want to die. Terminus is realistically the only build I really truly understand for Terminus. Fuck! No air control. That's fine. Honestly. Of course, I can do shit like that when I'm not feeling frustrated and they're not shooting at my shield, because now I fully have that. So, it's more of a snowball weapon, but in reality, I really wish it was an actual snowball weapon, where it was both the damage you did and the damage that got dealt to you. It could mean, actually, this is kind of like Azan, but you don't actually get hit. This is basically Azan, but you don't get hit. If there's a card where it's like you gain more movement speed the more ire passes you have, this would basically be the same playstyle as Terminus, but you'd have range version instead. That is a weird realization. Because this is basically what the ire pass does. You actually have to take the damage. Granted, you're also a melee character. So they're no longer a melee character, but they have to take the damage. And yeah, giving Terminus a ranged option, make it so that the damage that he deals also goes to his damage reduction and speed. It sounds like, but you no longer have your siphon as a perfect counter to that. Honestly, go fuck yourself for it. You're dead. It wasn't actually worth it sacrificing it. They think I still have the calamity charges, which is the only reason why they're shooting. And that's one of the things about Terminus, is they can just constantly shoot at me now, because they know I don't have that up. Their damage buffs benefit Terminus. And so he isn't really a counter playstyle. I can't put it up for long enough. Which, I know they nerfed it to the point where it isn't super bullshit to play against and wait out, but it is kind of annoying that they don't shoot it. Like, I really think that if they want to make it so that the duration isn't the greatest, then it should be a thing like Zin's counter. Like, if it was like Zin's counter, where you can counteract a gigantic amount of damage, it still has health. You can break it, and then you can immediately start again. It has a cooldown, but it guarantees a calamity charge if they break it. So you need to choose between, granted, even shooting it halfway and not breaking it, or some, I don't know. I'm trying to create balance in my head, but it's just sounding more and more like I'm complaining. And honestly, it fucking is. Oh, and this makes me even more oppressive, because this is kind of like Demonite, except you have no charge. Say, instead of shielding, he continued to have his damage reduction. But say, instead of his shielding, he had his damage reduction still. You still have your damage reduction. But basically, instead of that, you have a movement ability. A really good movement ability that allows you to dash. It's just a dash. It's a horizontal dash. It isn't like Shutful. Then that's basically TF2's Demonite. I probably could have just shot Bora right then and there, and ended that, and then gained back calamity charges. But gaining back calamity charges still took a bit of time. And then sometimes you lag, so it doesn't register you putting up or putting down your shield. So you need to put down your shield and attack in the same motion. Block that. Chase him down. Leon had how much? Leon had nothing, so I was free to chase her down.
15 seconds.
Now I have much more. It's too bad, I don't think Guardian can be bought with Terminus. At least not to a meaningful degree. I think that should just fizzle out immediately instead of stopping, because it does give a bit of...
13 in a row.
Oh, that's kind of sad, Barrack on AFK. This map can work because it is kind of claustrophobic and there's still a point to fight over, and it's a small enough point where they can't just hide away and go to the other side constantly. That and they have nothing to hit through the shield. 7 being able to dash past you. No, he needs collision on that. And if you say bump into someone, it doesn't spawn a explosion. That means it's more of an area denial tool and to stop people from following you after you escape and not literally doing more damage than his actual weapon did. Because that's something that happened, and that felt bullshit to me. Okay. Yeah, this is fun.
15 in a row.
I'm sorry, Barrack. This probably feels unfun and frustrating to fight against. Especially because they fed my charges, so I can actually feel... Like, this is fun to me, but it probably isn't all that fun to them.
Capture point spawn in 15 seconds. The best possible time.
Oof. I don't really need to do that stun too much, but that meant I could leap through the beam if I needed to, and it would continue to let me do that. So I could crash down and then continuously do that because it gets you out of Shadowfall and doesn't use up the cooldown. It allows for like 1 death, and then you're having a lot more fun once you get into the playstyle and know how they work. But I've run against some teams where it's like so many people just never shot my shield and just let it go to waste and it doesn't regain faster. Like, if they put in a mechanic where it's like it regains faster the more damage you take, that could also be a bit bullshit and would also reference Azan a ton. Azan getting movement speed off his Ire passive, actually that could be one of his talents. You get movement speed off your passive instead of damage once it's full. That could be real bullshit, and it could, like, I'm a super fast thing that rams my health pool, and then I get in, get out. Ramming my health pool into you, you have to get out, because otherwise you can't shoot anyone else. I put a lot of pressure onto you, I leave. That could honestly be what Azan is, and this is kind of what Terminus is, but he has balance in the way that the enemy team has to specifically feed. So you rely on the enemy team, which feels a lot more bullshit. And didn't load a lot of damage, but I definitely cleaned up. And that was fun. It also went by much quicker than a steamroll. That's because I was having a lot more fun. Hopefully I can get some Jaguar Falls and get Emoji Game into this recording. Actually, I have so many tabs on Chrome. Task completed. Still needs to process it for Biblic's public. Okay. Okay, so it's up.
Siege. I hope our strength is enough.
Oh great, it's this map again. This time oh, come on! I don't want to go support right now. Okay, maybe I do. Maybe I do. Hear me out. Corvus provide my emoji with lifesteal and movement speed and cooldown reduction.
I will save the realm.
No! No! You're sacrificing Barrack. Why? Oh, okay, they have a passive comp. I guess that can work out. Drogos against Makoa, that definitely works out. Atlas, go fuck yourself. And I don't have enough healing that isn't just life rep. Oh. Seasoned Globetrotter and that. But I wanted to buff Moji. But buffing both Drogus and Octavia can actually... No, I buffed Drogus and Moji to start out with. And if I need to heal someone extensively because they're really low, I switch to magic marks. Otherwise, I don't, and I just heal them normally. If they get under half... Oh, Barrack is also...
What I do is
that. Spreading influence. Yeah. Dark Gifts is not really good now that I have multiple damages that I have to deal with. Drogos, Moji. Moji desperately needs movement speed. Drogos, movement speed with Soul State could be good, but Wormjets also benefits a lot from it, I think.
Prepare yourselves. This will not be an easy fight.
Hostile benefits from faster movement speed because it is just faster walking already.
Dying, you fools.
Plus the double magic mark means you get the cooldown reduction of a second, which is basically the same as Chronos 3.
Our clock
I
is
think
ticking. Make sure theirs stops.
this works. I go with Octavia in the offlane, I guess. This isn't really the best idea. Really? Oh, this is fun. Oh, this is fun. Oh, this is a lot of fun. What the fuck happened? What? Did I get pulled off to the side? This is the problem with lag. Is it immediately fucks me? I'm the only support, which fucking no, I didn't want to be the only support, because then you're not gonna get healing. Because that doesn't fucking work like that. When someone picks double support, they know they can't do great as a healer. I can't heal for shit. Like, yeah, Ray was the first person I got to support her, but I played her really terribly, and basically one-tricked her, which isn't a thing you want to do. I buffed. Moji, what is your fucking loadout? Okay, you have no symbiotic. Amazing. Great. Absolutely fucking wonderful. You have Glimmer, which really just should be a third. I don't have anyone to heal because Octavia tried to move up. Okay, that's fine. I don't feel like... Fine. Didn't do anything anyway. Buff Moji with that. Where's Drogos? She's dead. I don't really want to know what to do, but you really don't want me as Corvus as a solo healer. Like, I have a recording of me and my friend, and we were just playing Buck, but I kept fucking canceling the recording. I really, really want you, Moji, to go fucking symbiotic, because it means you gain so much more health from me, and you are just great. It's 35% extra healing. Moji benefits a shit ton from life rip and survivability, which means that that's just really good for him. It's just the Moji benefit. I think this effect should go for both teams, because honestly, it looks amazing. There's a lot of hard work put into them, and it should just be for both teams. Granted, it could be hard to tell who has, if they both have Lilith. Unless they all hit different skin. You want that Moji to have his life rip. Moji wants life rip massively. Yeah, I'm free to do this. And stuff. That with my cursor directly on that. I can have that. I can have that. I can have that. Because they really take almost all of the thing away. I can give him that. But yeah, no, I'm not a healer. I'm more of an enabler. Which is why I think, granted, Octavia might have needed that a lot, but like symbiotic is so good. If you replace this with symbiotic, boom, you get a lot more healing. I have a Moji loadout like exactly like this, where it's 5, and then whatnot. I could probably put eliminations back into it, because with Fluffy you don't really need the eliminations nearly as much, but You don't need the Peppy card nearly as much. This time I'm both lagging, not nearly lagging as much. Yeah, you're challenging. Shit. Here's your life steal back emoji. Wasn't enough. Should've just healed Barrack and be done with it. Yeah, that's the fun part. I can just teleport the fuck away. But I'm allowed to heal a lot faster if I'm just healing my... Yeah, Darkness may not be the best to pocket. Yeah, no, especially Mojo and Symbiotic when you have a Corvus pocket is amazing. But because Life Rip is so good on Moji, you gain extra Life Rip when you're low, which allows you to keep in the fight even longer. We're still pushing that, right? Oh, is Mojo back yet? There he is. The slow is the worst part about Corvus's ult, because it means they can't go into this area without fear of slows. The slows is actually the worst part. The percentage-based damage is also quite horrendous, but the slow is the worst part about that, because the slows in games just suck ass to fight. There you go, Moji. A bit more healing. That doesn't matter. You don't kill them. You just mean it so that my buffs can still help my teammates. Like, ulting Corvus as Atlas is one of the worst decisions you could probably have done. Get rid of their damages. The people marked by Corvus. Oh shit. Corvus no longer has his marks active right now. If you kill him, he no longer has his marks active and can't heal. There's a lot of shit going on. I deal less damage, and I have less healing. But I have more points, because I got a ton more assists. And that's really what got me a lot of that. Which is right over it is kind of bullshit. Hello, Senior Bunny. Here's a tweet. I sometimes lift the treat down, so my cat sometimes used to stand up, but I try and lower it a bit more. It's gotten to the point where they put the paws on my hands to make it so that they can lift themselves up to have an easier time eating, which isn't really the thing, but like I lower it to down where they don't actually need to lift themselves up onto my hand, which is great, but they still leave the paw on my hand. It's just, oh, the little shake. Cats are so adorable. Let's continue. I'll probably wash my hands and finish up wash my hands from petting cat, and then I go back to. I still have the leftover peanut butter jelly. Oh, we're in. Oh.
Siege. It's good to see you all again.
I'd like to play Moji just from witnessing that Moji, but this could be really bad. As if I get like Strix or Knessa and they constantly snipe me, might not be the best thing. If I don't have an off tanker, Moji benefits a lot from Khan, because especially a Khan that has a really good shout build, which is like cooldown on shout, movement speed on shout, extra health and whatnot to bulldoze. Symbiotic just works a lot because, especially because of the sustain meta. Haven works a lot better with Symbiotic. Veteran makes it so that it's easier to trigger when below a certain, well, and above a certain threshold of not getting one shot by snipers. So it's just great in general. Granted, I hardly ever use the extra lifesteal that I start out with.
It's time to play.
Yin Grover, which means we're going to have a damaging, and Deep Roots Grover is going to be annoying as shit. However, if he goes ferocity, stands back, and just lets lets Nano shield have it, that can also be acceptable. I don't really counter Amani, but I do run in there with a 600 health heal over 3 seconds, which is kind of a dive. With symbiotic able to be activated if I get bursted down, along with be immediately able to put up cozy.
Is my best friend, and we're here to collect all the toys in the
But
room.
yeah, I do think I want to continue with this. Like, granted, if I just never attacked Nando, that could be just fine. I always have this little thing, but I never remember it, but it is great for when I can actually stack magic marks. I have a game where I went against Energy Chicken as Koga, and I got fucking cremated. Because, yeah, no, it really is not fun playing against the Koga as Moji. So if they made this talent, when you get elimination, it's kill to heal for your entire team. So it's kill to heal for your entire team. That sounds awesome. And is amazing for snowball comps. Or you could just have 2. It heals for a bit less. Only 600 instead of 800. It's only on yourself, but it's much better. No one's gotten nimble yet, though I may still want to go nimble. I think I stay down here. What? Oh, good God. Yeah, the poison bullets do something, but Sky's actual damage comes from it. Really? Oh, lovely. Is it going to take away my fucking mount? It isn't. Okay, good. You should be able to remount, though. That and search at maps really, like, you ever seen Bright Marsh? You should be able to get back into your own spawn. That is a really, really, really wide radius. I didn't realize it was that big. Okay, cancel it with right click, but the fact that you can sometimes cancel out your movement ability isn't... I see myself putting on the fucking magic mark, and I'm dead to it still. By that I mean, you can see the effect of magic barrier on my corpse for a second. Which is just, it's the absolute just middle finger to me. Because, yeah, no, you're totally... No. I need to activate that much earlier. I'm a moron because I keep not doing that. But honestly, granted, if you activate it frivolously, you don't have it. Everyone immediately knows because you did that in front of everyone else. That was a really bullshit kill. Imani's also used Infernal Cannon on someone that isn't me. Oh, that almost killed her. She didn't go far enough. If she just went straight past, she probably could have... Oh, does she, she doesn't have, extra... No, she does have extra momentum. She doesn't have enough of it. I personally use that card on 5, along with, the healing on that at 2. So I heal for 100 per second, and I move super quickly. Let's just deal a ton of damage to Nando. The only reason Nando doesn't jam is because his, stats are... because stacks don't get stacked upon shields. If they did, Moji would be bullshit. You can see it! You can hear the fucking sound! Why? Is it because it's hit scan? Is it because I'm lagging? Why? I'm not even all that laggy. It's just that you can see the effect. You can hear the sound. You know I activated it, but it doesn't go. And that little startup completely pisses me off. The same thing with Zin, because a lot of things have like you see Shaolin's burst, where you can do most burst. Like, I honestly rather have it be like Koga dashes, where a lot more sustain can go through as well. Because otherwise, Shaolin needs to have a cooldown, and it like, he needs to pull a specific arrow for that. Kind of like the wind up to that. Because honestly, that's what it feels like. It feels like the Ash wind up to her knockback. Which can feel extremely unfun. Where's Nando? Granted, I'm still doing pretty well, I guess. Yeah, just back out immediately because I don't take Sky's damage.
7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
And she's not gonna have cooldown for this. Is she jump? Is dump? Jump, 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 jump. You can mess it. It also means that my amount of, yeah, no. Yeah, that Peppy at level 1. If I had that Peppy at a bit higher level, it could work. Fluffy isn't really doing too much for my survival right now. I want max life rip. Even though a secondary Haven is probably better. What? Nando? Why? What? Why? Nando? Why are you standing still there? What? Why was Nando standing still? Is he lagging? What the fuck's going on? Nando? He's left. Are you serious? Leave faster then! Like, crash yourself. Alt F4. Leave faster. Either notify your team you're leaving and asking them about that and whatnot, or leave faster. Even then, we have comeback mechanics, you fucker. And that, and yeah, no, Imani doesn't really do that much damage. Unless you're talking about her fireballs. She isn't going to have that 2k burst that gets me really low. It's because she's not going mana rift. I still need to chase her down. Deep Roots could still really fuck with me. But now we don't have Nando, who... Why the hell are you going Illuminate? Granted, I go Illuminate with, I went Illuminate with, Haven, which is a much better thing. No, just not. Yeah, Illusionary Mirror doing that much damage. Lovely! Sky doesn't even do that as much. You're really? Oh god! Honestly, frontline, just stay on the point and put point pressure, because you're obviously like Nando. This Nando's obviously a dumbass. It doesn't. We all know that that kind of Nando is a dumbass. Like we all know it. What? Inferno Cannon plus Illusionary Mirror with that crippling throw. Got it. But like, it can at least stay on the point and put point pressure. Point pressure is still helping your team. Because it means they have to kill you, your tanky ass, like maybe take advantage of the weak points in the AI, but they still have to kill the tank AI. Which still works out. But it's still point pressure. Honestly, I ain't... No! Why? We can't even take advantage of comebacks because our point tank sucks! Yeah, and then Nando can do that type of shit to me. Which I find to be annoying. Because I can't specifically deal with Nando. I really should have just gone for Haven 2, because Life Rip isn't working for me. We don't even have Nando to create space! Like, if Nando flanks with us and we kill the fucking Imani, oh, look at that! For the person who has Wrecker and has bought a lot of fucking Wrecker suddenly can't use it. Amazing! Because they're dead! Granted, I need to work on my aim with my secondary. A lot more. Really? What? I put it up! I hear the sound! It doesn't go through! It's painful! Just allow it! Like, I seen Billow chaining the counter. I also want that. Because Shaolin, I hate going up against Shaolin. Because he can immediately use his critical into another arrow or into his rapid shot. Which, no. Please put that internal cooldown on Shaolin's damage. Because I want a cooldown on damage cooldowns if you're going to have cooldowns on sustain cooldowns. Because if you're going to fuck with sustain cooldowns, then fuck with them, but fuck with them in a fair way where it doesn't feel absolute bullshit. I really wish I could go through a shield or something. Because honestly, it isn't that great of an ult. Like, why does Rory get the thing where it's like, it's a percentage-based thing? Like, that could be fun if I had that as well. At the very least, this Nando works. It could work a bunch better. Does Nando not have shields?
30 seconds remaining.
Yeah, this is really annoying as space damage because it still does. I ran away, but it still does so much damage. And then Ying ult along with the money. Absolutely fucking not. And it doesn't. Granted, Moji not getting added mobility in the air is just a fuck you. Like, I'm sorry, but like, please allow extra mobility in the air. Like, jumping already sucks. At the very least, make it so that when you're falling off something. Garbage comp, we have no chance. Search, you want me to main heal? Garbage comp, we have no chance. We do! We very much do! If you push with me and shell in, but you need to create space for us, man. Like, personally, I couldn't go against them. Sky went around, did that. He wants to try and go forward. Yeah, no. I'm definitely reporting the shit out of that, because that isn't him lagging, which is what I thought it was. Because I didn't look in chat. Which, no, we can do this. Like, if someone helps me get rid of Amani, boom, that's one down. We can snowball this to victory. We don't win by default, sure, but we definitely have a chance. Granted, Ceres could have done something different, and sacrifice Io, like, okay. You're doing the rest of your team die. You could go Goddess's Blessing, which still is okay. But that would immediately help out with Nando, even though Goddess's Blessing is literally just Haven 3. And they're buffing it to make it so that Haven 3 is better than Goddess's Blessing. I mean, you're going to want more healing anyway. I should have instead went Life Rip 2, Haven 2, and Veteran. That is probably a better choice than what I did, because I saw that my Life Rip wasn't being as effective. Garbage comp, granted, only thing you can. You know what we could have had? Everyone going to the fucking right, killing off the Amani in the first place, but people wanted to go point and put point pressure. You don't want point pressure if you don't win point fight by default. She deals a lot of great damage to your shield in both primaries, and that she has 2 different cripples to you, which is annoying as shit. Ying is annoying, especially because her things block my ability to shoot. Like, I can stack magic marks onto them, I could go boom boom, there's a lot of shit I can do. But, yeah, Ying's illusions blocking my shots can be kind of annoying. Being able to see Sky is probably what I should have gone anyway. But it's not a garbage comp. You're just a garbage player. Because there are some really shit comp. I want to exit out of this, please. Like, you have to specifically go, you can't go into the exit. A spectator, enable... Does that do anything? I don't think that even does anything. Cat has now returned. Cat wants another treat. Cat is wet. I think I just... Honestly, with this, I don't want to go frontline. I don't want to go frontline, especially on Frog Isle. Are you sure you was to exit? No, I don't want to get Orc. I want to close Paladins. This is called that, because I don't want to go frontline. I also don't want to play Frog Isles. No! 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 Okay. Cat wanted a treat. Mom wants to notify me. Mom wants to use my name. Please, ignore that part. Because that's honestly just a annoyance. Because people don't seem to realize, yes, I'm talking to myself. I'm not responding to people. So, based on my dialogue alone, you can say I'm recording. I'm speaking to a camera. I'm not responding to anyone. Either I'm an asshole who's ignoring everyone else in the call to speak above them, which, no. You need to answer to people. Conversations can be fun when you start them up. I also see my cat. I see Cinnaboni. I acknowledged him. I pet him. I'm focused on something else. You may view me as an asshole for this, but I don't really like talking to my parents all that much, especially when stupid things like that come up, where I see the cat, or Cinnamoni's near you. Ah, yes. Who is she speaking to? She doesn't really need to address me because I see Cinnamoni already. Or if I don't, I can check to see if Cinnamoni's near me if I cared about that information, which I do. Cinnamoni is now in the chair next to me, licking himself. But I just honestly didn't feel like playing Paladins as a frontline right now, especially on Frog Isle. You may view this as toxic, but that should just be in casuals as a baseline. It's a 1 minute thing. You can't even go, like, honestly, here's the thing. I understand that you want to have a penalty for people playing online. Can you have training matches? Because training matches allow you to leave immediately, which is fine. This also isn't ranked. If it's ranked, I can understand that. If you're going into ranked, you can see what other people go, what other people draft. You want to be a team comp. I understand not having that. But for casuals, it's like, I don't want to play tank. I also don't want to play on Frog Isle. If you could reroll the map and have us start a vote to reroll a map and give more time to pick based on that new map, that'd be great. But that's basically custom games, which a lot of people do, but I like just hopping into casuals, as I don't really like custom games, along with custom games having a host that isn't just servers. I can't do that again for a while. I hope I don't get forced in the front line, but if I'm forced in the front line, I at least want it on a map where I don't have to do Frog Isles. I played Frog Isles. I've had some really good matches. Like, these were some good ones. Oh god, these ones. These ones had influences of lag to a shit degree. Was it this one? Yeah, Andrew Chicken is Koga. I still did relatively well. Could have done better, could have done worse. This was also on Jaguar Falls, a great Moji map, which means that going Koga on Jaguar Falls is a legitimate strategy, as you can go over emoji. Like, this is really good. I like going deft hands with it, so I can activate it a lot faster. This is also kind of good. This is also good. I understand this. I guess I understand this. And then, right after that emoji game, I have a Victor game, where... Well, not right after. Was it the Nando? No. Is it this one? Ah, wait, it's before. It's the Khan game, where you had Infernal Drogos. So I had a game as Khan against Infernal Drogos, and then I had a game where Koga was Andrew Chicken. And those are quite fun. Okay, yeah, I can cue it again, yay. So good. I fed my cat. I know where my cat is. If my cat wants to leave, they can leave. If my cat wants food, I can see them. Because I have situational awareness. Because I kind of have a little bit of claustrophobia where you don't want people getting too close. Bright Marsh could be absolute hell for me. And it could be me getting really pissed off. Do I want to play as flank? Do I want to play as damage? I could play as frontline. No. Dredge is available on this map, which means that I don't really like it. Isn't the greatest map for Leon. Honestly, let me try some more Willow. I haven't played Willow in a while. The competitive skins, when they have new branches, that basically means, yes, new players who just want this skin and have a 50-50 win rate. They just need to play double the amount of games that it requires you to win, and they should be able to win. A little bit more, because you could sometimes lose a bit more if you aren't great, especially because sensitivity is a thing, and trackball. Once again, what? That should be 30%. Exactly 30%. Ooh, off-tank Nando could be good. Oh, Eevee could be absolute hell for me. Same with Vora. Oh, this is going to be absolute hell. Eevee go... I mean, granted, the way I want to play Willow is defensive items in the first place. Granted, I do like having life rip on her anyway, because that works, but Vora is going to absolutely be an annoyance. Now it just depends on, am I going to deal with max sustain Vora or not? Because either way, I'm going to want to be indoors. It's just max sustain Vora would get countered more. Sprightly. I go for the dead zone cooldown. I think I go for the dead zone cooldown, just because cooldowns by 24% after getting elimination.
Hello,
Great.
Wanderer.
Great.
Okay.
After activating Seedling and Flutter. Yeah, I feel like that's more for your shooting point. You're going that. You're going Haven. Increase the knockback applied by duration. What? Increase most boost your scythe. That feels really weird. This is also only for like 2 seconds, and is just a burst. Like if it was just underneath, like it was Vitalis, then it'd be bullshit. But it isn't even that. Oh shit! I'm pulling on my headphone cord. That isn't great. Guys, what? How is he staying in the air like that? I also use my escape tool as a way to do that, but I had no one with me in the back line. Everyone is super aggressive. What? Why would Yago ever be on... Nando's dead. He probably died at the same time as me. Still, why would... Like, Yago could remain more with me. Granted, I really think, Androxus's glide should go to Willow, because Willow staying in the air and being more of a blaster, it gives Willow a sort of Drogoz-like role without fully going into Drogos' constant flying, because he flies under his own pressure while Willow just glides. I'd also like to not deal with Ruckus rushing me down and killing me. I think I'm going to need this for that. I guess I go Haven too. Oh, look, lag! When I'm buying things. Oh, look.
Only slowing down the inevitable, which is your certain demise. This should be included in
But
my
yeah,
base
okay.
level.
This works, I guess. Okay, why is Nano dying so— what? I really don't like Ruckus rushing me down. What? Oh, of course! Because of course you can shoot me. Well, I don't... I want the glide to go to Willow because it means that Willow doesn't feel slogged to play and doesn't feel like, ah, yes, I have to have high ground. Because you can make your own high ground, which is also really amazing. The character that thrives on high ground is being given high ground. Amazing thought. You're also revealed. They gain life steal, they gain a lot of other things. Oh, great! Now I can actually... The thing is, Willow's glide kinda... Giving Willow the glide could make her ult obsolete. But at that point, I kinda want Willow's glide to be. There's no one else. It's still projectile-based champion. There's still travel time. Well, yeah, Willow is supposed to be our main back, but I need to be able to have a duel and be able to win a duel.
30 seconds remaining.
Of course it doesn't go through the hole. Why would it? I like having the high ground, and then there's maps where there isn't too much high ground, and I get rushed down by a Ruckus, which isn't fun. This with, honestly, morale boost. Can I get some... Do I want to go Haven?
Okay.
I mean, going even more morale boost means that when Ruckus does this type of but going Haven means that Ruckus doesn't get to fulfill a lot of his So he takes less damage after using Advance. Use Advance, has more health, reduce the cooldown of his emitter to 10 seconds, and reduce the cooldown of his...
Spawning in 15
Okay, he then also got Haven 2. Okay. Right, I still have this... I don't have default Willow's emote. Dang it.
5,
Oh well.
4, 3, 2, 1.
Should probably equip that again. Well, equip it in the first place. Good. Look at this, I have a high ground. I can use it to my advantage. Of course, Dora has a... Help. Seriously! Can none of you realize that... Ruckus just rushes me down! Which, yeah, it can work if I had the glide. Like, the glide alone would make Willow able to be defensible. You'd also still be able to hit Willow, and gliding, like, make her so she can't really maneuver in the air while she's gliding. Like, that'd be completely fine. Hovering in the air, slowly descending, easily being shot like you're being in a Genos grip. That'd be fine. That'd mean you're very predictable to shoot, but it also means your shots are easier to hit. Without it becoming annoying as shit. But I need the high ground, which is the problem I see with this character, is just high ground alone. Help. Yeah, oh, thank fuck. People scared brought this away. But now... Yeah, no. Willow's ult just feels like what her playstyle could be if she was just given an Androxus glide. I want to glide down slowly, but it just drops me out of the air like a fucking rock. Like, I honestly, you could still have the drop into the air like a rock because it hacks out your wings. But she has wings in her design. Furia uses them to escape mostly. So it does kind of work. Yeah, no, Willow doesn't really have great defensive options, which sucks, but I think I just need to constantly rush Morales with her on maps where I absolutely have no high ground. Because Stone Keep kind of has high ground, which I can use to my advantage to aim at the ground near them. Which can feel a bit weird, but it, like, Drogo's, like, his playstyle honestly fits Willow as well. Granted, Willow came later. Do I try and stealth cap this? I mean, I guess it can work. Granted, Eevee's still here. Shit. I hate this. It's unpredictable. Okay, there we go. The ammo conservation of that actually helps me. I die while trying to flutter again. And it's a lot less stressful.
Overtime.
Especially because I wasn't fighting against a lot more people. I could go for more of either. I always wondered why they didn't give you 4 points when you capped that a second time. But I do understand that that would be a terrible idea. Because that would mean that you can get the winning team an even more advantage. Because if they broke through your line already, you're going to need some form of credits. But giving credits to the losing team for getting capped on could promote a very unhealthy playstyle. So it's just this weird mix.
Capture point spawning in 15 seconds.
And then you wouldn't want to push the cart, you just want to get credits for yourself to give yourself a better chance at winning. So it kind of defeat the whole purpose.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
But yeah, no, I think Willow is not subjective just because of how much fun I'm having with a Ruckus rushing me down at every turn. I think I just need to stick near my teammates. Like, even if it's an unfavorable position or I can't aim nearly as well because I'm not used to the projectile speed and aiming directly at people's hitboxes. I'd like to be fully healed. Oh right, they're invincible like doing that. And I have to still deal with Ruckus. That's great. That's amazing. At the very least, I'm not playing frontline. While frontline can be a ton of fun, you rely on your teammates to get kills, which is a lot harder. Ah, yes, I'd like to make it so that Eevee can't do this shit to certain people. Because this is honestly annoying. Because her ice block. Try to stay with her team so you can't outflank you. That doesn't matter, she can still do a ton of damage. However, if she has something where it's like, yes, if she takes enough damage, she can't heal by herself, or her healer can't heal her, because super mobile flanks can't get heals, then they have to wait for heals that don't come from that. So you can put them out of commission simply by damaging them. Which becomes a more believable, and then her cooldowns not going on cooldown with ice block could be a really interesting feature. A lot of like that, where it's like Moji not having her cooldowns still gonna be enough to kill me. Right. Well, it's mainly because I don't really like the fact that as damage I can't self-sustain myself, simply because, yeah, my movement ability is great, but it doesn't allow me to just float down and have at least a little bit of high ground, where I work better as Willow. Because my aim isn't that great with her specifically. Like, I can aim a bit better with Moji. A lot better with Moji, because Moji is a lot more predictable to me. You have no upward momentum with her ult, which is kind of not the greatest. Her ult can be denied simply by being on the wrong map. Oh, it's over the Soar. Oh, that's amazing. She can still use her movement abilities right after using Ice Block, when Ice Block should in reality be a kind of handicap. Like, maybe all flanks have this ability where they become intangible, but they can't use their movement abilities, or they're not refreshed or something. Because, yeah, no, making it so that she can't use her abilities constantly is great. Especially if you don't put them on low, like, put them on high count cooldowns, but allow cards to do great, but then cards can only do a certain amount. So they can choose how much mobility they want, but the mobility is limited. That could be fun. Honestly, if we let them capture this, yeah, it does put more pressure on them. They also don't get credits for trying to capture this again, and we don't have comeback mechanic. So it could actually be a strategy to lose this. But I need the high ground. And like, if you have no vertical mobility, you're fucked on this map, because this map specifically doesn't have any fucking stairs into the spawn room. Which, oh, maybe for fucking spawn check, you can't go back into your spawns in the first place. Not doing all that great damage from long range, which sucks a bit. Like, I really like to increase the knockback on my thing so I can like rocket jump, because that honestly seems like a fun little thing you could do. Oh shit. I got a kill with that. I think I have to rush morale booster mode. It's usually recommended to go for defensive items and do that, but honestly, I just need my ult up as much as possible, deal as much damage as possible, try your fucking heart out. Because, no. Like, even that, like, oh, you get shot down by that. Sure, I'd rather have Drogo's weakness of being shot down by hit scans, because that allows me to hit my shots a lot fucking easier than just, like, yes. It's actually quite a large radius, my shots. They just don't do all that much damage compared to Drogo's. Or I have to hit them multiple times in a row, which can work out, especially if they're bum rushing me and have a gigantic hitbox. Why did I like to hold the spacebar for even a second because I went too far up, and then it dropped me down super far. I'd like a glide, please. I'd like a glide, where, like, it launches you super far in the air, and then you just glide down, and then you make the glide base kit. But the launching super far in the air and then using the glide is amazing.
As a machine,
Granted, Yago could be going super aggression on their team, because their team is kind of a lot more passive. Except with Ruckus. What? When do they have the point pressure for that? But it's enough, like, Ruckus already dealt enough, like, he does 800 damage a second, which, yes! So he just needs, like, 3 seconds to delete me. 3 seconds is not great. I honestly would rather just have the card. Even Stellar Winds could be good. Not Stellar Wind. What is the IO card, which allows you to have lower gravity the more you're shooting? I take that. I'd honestly take the lower gravity, the much lower gravity. I'd have that as a card for fucking Willow. It could be a card where she's less defensible, but she allows herself to aim easier. Like, I got really. No, what? Why am I crippled? Really? Lag as well? Otherwise, the cripple should have run out right then and there, and I would have escaped. So why?
You are only slowing down the inevitable.
This at least allows me to get more credits. I guess because we defended there. I don't really know where to place my thing because they're going Maelstrom from Carnage. So I can't tell when someone has, healed because it doesn't show who's being healed by Corvus, Genos, and Lilith. Which, that could be amazing information. Like, you can see Io doing that. You can see the effects on the health. You can't see that until you challenge them. Is this that fast as move projectile? It feels slow and sluggish. Like, really slow and sluggish. I think I need to get more into Drogos. Willow's a Diet Drogos. Okay, well then step into that. Because honestly, aiming as Willow with this type of weapon, like, I like her. You know that Terminus map I did really good with Terminus on? Yes!
15 seconds remaining.
It's just you can't outflank it. No, the problem is, it's not even outflanking, it's the fact that they are super mobile while in combat. If they're super mobile, can get into combat and then get out, like, that's fine. I've seen people value Xin off his disengage. What? Is it because Sarah stepped off? Is it because... Oh, God. Yeah, we really should just let them cap, because if one person is 2 and the other person's 3, well, one person just still needs to cap it. But if you make it 3-3, then they don't get comeback mechanic, and they can't do shit like that. Willow feels fun, but I think, honestly, it feels really slow and sluggish to play as Drogos, and I don't really like playing as him. You can still absolutely abuse the ever-loving shit out of Increase This Radius. I really only have that because it's supposed to work like that in the Salvo build, which honestly, reduce the cooldown Fire Spit for every enemy hit by it. It's Fire Spit Salvo combo constantly, which could be really good, especially with each time Salvo hits a thing, and then reduce the cooldown by 1.25 each time Salvo hits an enemy with its rockets. And these are some... Yeah, you really only do need 40%. Consume 60% less fuel. I guess that works. Thrusting... Thrust is at a card of like 1-4. So I do want the distance of thrust by 25% because that's just great. I've seen cards where like this can be really fun and good. Reduce the cooldown of thrust after getting a killing blow. I'm so happy that they're making this into elimination because that means you can stay in the air a lot more. I would want this on 4. A booster capacity could work out. Meh. And then you have a cooldown of 2. 30% is probably the best you want to do that. You want to make the cooldown of that. You get that. And then... I mean, you could do 30% less boost, or you could just have more boost fuel for 5 seconds after using thrust. Well, I'm wanting to use thrust a lot. So, yeah, this is probably over 5 seconds. is reload speed, because then you're basically putting this at half. Does 30% still feel good to use? Actually, this probably belongs in a combustible, but no.
Drogos.
It's 6 seconds off thrust, which is great, because then the thrust is how long? 11 seconds. So you'll have 5 seconds left. So you'll thrust, hit someone with fire spit, that's 5 seconds. You can thrust again immediately. Fire spit is 8 seconds. So thing is, 1.2 is important. And this does feel like I'm relying on this, which I can instead go for increase the size of your fire spit. I think that's just fire spit. I need to become better at hitting it and just become a better Drogos. Because honestly, Willow's fun, but the problem with Willow is that she's fun when she has the high ground. If she doesn't have the high ground as Willow, she doesn't feel fun. Like, Imani kind of feels like Willow, but she has a ton of burst damage. The projectiles are much faster. She does get countered by flanks just as hard as Willow, but she's a better escape tool, can fly in the air for longer periods of time. She's a more complicated champion, but she's also a lot more fun. Willow was also passive in that, but that felt a lot less fun. So I think Imani and Drogos do Willow better than Willow. If you gave Willow a glide, that'd make her closer to Drogos, but you're not burning any fuel. But it's a glide. People can predict your movement. You're a lot easier to hit. It's not the greatest thing for you to do. You usually want to jump off things and do that. Or you may want to stick to the ground and flutter. Is there a distance with flutter thing that I can take? No, there's just cooldown on flutter instead of increased distance with flutter. Increased distance with...
It's good to see you all.
Thing is, Imani is technically a counter to Drogos because you can do 1,000 damage to Drogos really quickly with a thing, and then you can fly up to him and use Inferno Cannon, which does a ton of damage. However, the Drogos can shoot you out of the sky. I wanted to go Imani. I guess I go Moji here. Moji might be more fun against Ruckus because Ruckus can't do any of the fucking shit he wants to try and do. Thing is, with Torvald and that... Honestly, this could be a good map for Moji. I also need to buy more Nimble on Moji, because I don't really have movement speed built into the kit, because I decided to go for, granted, the difference between going for like a cozy build and that can be amazing. Okay, so I have to fight Zin, who can cleanse my mark one time, and that's it. It's enough to cleanse my mark. Granted, he's intangible for long enough that I believe that he could cleanse it anyway, so it isn't too bad. And so, even with my suggestion for the talent to become a lot less pronounced, of, like, you can't cleanse the marks, granted, it could be a downside of you can see what mark percentage you're at and get away, but honestly, that should just be for everyone on Moji. You should be able to see what magic mark percentage you're on, so you can anticipate a lot of damage. Granted, this could be a bad nerf for Moji. They don't have all that much burst. They have the 850 burst and whatnot. They have Moji going against Moji. I really should put this back at 300 at 30%, because 30% off my shield is great. Having a bit more health isn't all that. I don't give a shit about that. I really should have put that back. Like, this is a really good loadout, and you can substitute Fluffy for Cozy, and it'd still be amazing by just buffing Cozy and then keeping Fluffy at 1. So that's literally the only difference between the two of them, is just changing up on the card points. I mainly use this one because you're usually wanting to buy. Like, I buy Nimble here. I want to buy Nimble. Like, fuck becoming more tanky for a second. You want Life Rip 2, usually. You want Nimble 3. Almost always on Moji sometimes. Well, not always. Let me just not deal with the sightline. Is that ferocity? No. No, it is not. He simply does a bit more damage. What was that?
You must continue alone.
I thought you had ult for a second. Who was that? Oh, that was Cassie. Yeah, that's Cassie. I thought she had ult there for a second. Oh, we have another cut emoji. What? I made a massive mistake. Let's go across this. And get that movement speed. Granted, I do feed Zin's counter a lot. Does he have the counter thing? He does not have the counter thing. He has movement speed while pillow, movement speed. Wow, he has a lot of movement speed. I need to check my enemies. What? What was that burst? Of course, you can't go both ways. It's a non-mirrored map where you can't go both ways. That kind of sucks. That's 300 for that, 300 for that. So yeah, you wait for 600, then you get both Nimble and Haven 1. You get Nimble 2, Haven 1. But yeah, Zin's counter is kind of designed to counter rapid fire in the first place. Yeah, he is really good at that. He can just be bursted down quickly. Yeah, no, oh. No! Aww. I could have ulted Ash and just killed her. We have the same idea. But yeah, you can ult Ash and not and kill her. You can ult anyone but Fernando in his ult and kill them. That 600 is still going to be something that your healer's going to have to heal. I guess it was enough to... I've seen some things where it doesn't fully damage benchmarks. Thank you, Cassie, I guess. Oh yeah, because I only get it on eliminations, which is fine. I could go for this, with this, and that means I will at least want two. I could go for this. Actually, that works out much better. Going Haven and then waiting a little bit before but that was my original plan. But then I'm close to 400, so if I need to perish. If I need to die on the point, I die on the point. 7 eliminations, 0 deaths. But yeah, Cassie helped me out with one of those, and a lot of those were not good. Symbiotic 4, this 5. Shit, they have more of a snowbally loadout, and when no one has shields, which is kind of what they're going for, but they're going for a little bit less symbiotic, which means I could heal more off that. But yeah, I think I should go back to using the cozy loadout like it was supposed to be used, because I've gotten too used to just... Why is no! I was damn hit! Going Nimble 3. Nimble 3 instead because I have enough credit for it. But yeah, no, Luna blocking shots is also really fucking annoying, because maybe have Luna block shots as well. Like, she's just a wall. Like, that could be great. It blocks the enemy shots as well. It doesn't. If it did, it'd be a bit bullshit, and you really wouldn't want to have 2 people congering. What? You hear the fucking magic mark and it doesn't matter. Honestly, yeah, I do need to get rid of the extra health and make this a snowball build. Making it a snowball build is just great. Because having it on 3 means that you have 3 seconds off of your magic barrier. Your magic barrier cooldown starts in your magic barrier, I think. Yeah. That was an amazing fuckery. Burn, Luna. Luna must be burned. I really don't like getting fucking stopped right in place. That's most of us grouped up after one ult on that. Yes. Ult's denied. What? Oh, right, because it doesn't turn to face the person, which is honestly really important. I'd rather have, like, it'll look trash, but I really like to see if the fucking Xin is looking at me or someone else. Because I don't know until they're already been launched, and I've probably already hit them. Okay. Honestly, well-timed benchmark. Healer was able to build me up quite well. Hello, bro. Get over here. Get over here, you son. You can see the fucking effect. You can hear the fucking effect. I heard it. I saw it. This is really annoying to me. Okay, the Moondry gets a little bit more survivability. I'm still in the middle of the enemy lines, chasing down their healer. I'm still dead, but I'm not dead in a way that pisses me off in the fact that my ability had a literal audio cue before it happened. It's like hit registration in TF2, which is some of the most bullshit things. I hate the fucking deep roots. Deep roots is such a... Please allow me to have... Again? Honestly, the deep roots is starting to piss me off amazingly. Like, slows piss me off. Deep roots pisses me off. I really wish... Please, just make a hot fix and immediately fix deep roots, please. Just do that. Like, you can have the rest of your balance update, this really good update, this really good balance update. Just fuck over deep roots immediately, please. I did have a deep roots go over where I actually went deep roots go over and fucked over a 7, but 7 is a super mobile bastard. Granted, you shouldn't be able to... granted, the normal cripple on Grover is enough. He stops movement abilities. Rom, Ass, already get fucked over amazingly by those abilities, because they have startups, which, alright, that's fine. They can get fucked over a bit, but then it fucks over everyone by stopping your movement. It's kind of like why I don't understand why they gave Genos his Voidgrip mark. Like, granted, you can escape using your movement ability, but if they use it, if you use your movement ability into the fucking Genos thing, then it is a bit annoying. I'm still doing adequate for emoji player. Let me go more to a point where... Are they flanking around? I mean, that could very much work. I hate Grover right now so much! 420. Yeah, no, I really don't like you, Grover. I'm starting to really get hit. Seriously. The Grover knows how to play well, which is why it's kind of infuriating. I didn't hit my shot, they hit theirs. That's the dichotomy there. Yeah, no, Deep Roots could do one thing. It could give invulnerability to them. You can't move, you can't do that, but that's basically Atlas's ult. Like, Atlas has an ult like that, but even then, you can't be harmed during it. This is bullshit! I mean, they could still have him keep most of his utility, but you can't kill someone during that. So it gives him a... Is that lag? What? Oh, great! Grover! Granted, I'm complaining over nothing. I'm still doing pretty good. My best streak was at the very start, when I didn't notice how I played. I need to go back to being able to heal faster. But, like, I needed... Yeah, no, I didn't need Haven. What I needed was Deep Roots protection. I didn't get deep roots hard until the later rounds, at which point I got deep roots hard. Honestly. Why? What good is that? What useful is that? Who are you blocking off from the rest of their team? That's how you use that ult. As a, oh yes, you can't retreat ult. Like, not ability. Oh, lovely. Lovely, lovely, lovely. I should have used a different thing. Can you... Cashy, shut the fuck up. Just do it once. That's fine. We very much still got this. It's just... Don't VGS spam. Do it once, never again. VGS feels clunky as shit. Do you see this menu? This menu. Do this menu, but for the fucking chat of VGS. They can do taunt, joke, laugh, or you could just pop the menu, immediately say what you want to say in game, go back to shooting. Shoot. And then back to shooting. It's a few seconds, but it's much better than VGS. Which, while you can technically use that, it does fuck with your abilities instead. Why would you put IO on there? Oh, you can go fuck off with that burst. Oh, fucking god! Why was IO on point? IO being on point is a terrible decision, especially with both of the flanks being aligned. That's for when you're pushing the cart. When you know for certain that the flanks are in front of you, that IO isn't going to be fucking rushed down and killed, especially by emoji. I don't like that shield. Rover's over that. He can heal. He can do so much goddamn CC that he can... What? How did that count as... And we still have Grover! Fuck! Honestly, Deep Roots is infuriating to fight. I don't actually really like to fight this Moji when I don't have to deal with Deep Roots fucking my momentum. Because it fucks your momentum as well. If it was just a cripple, it'd be fine. Which it is. His base kit is really good. His talent is go fuck yourself. Their emoji did better than me. But that's probably because Azan doesn't have a fucking wall. They're able to use that because, yeah, no. Yes, Io is feeding because Io is on point because Azan isn't. Which, yeah, the Great Grover is a difference between so many kills because, yeah, no, I got killed so many times because Grover fucking deep-rooted me. I really want to swear at the Grover. But it's just him using a talent which is broken. And you can clearly see that I used it in the morning today. It's late at night. You really shouldn't trust yourself late at night. But I used it. I got a really good amount of assists. But oh god. We use it against V, which, yeah, no, V is terrifying sometimes. Because, no, not this one. Which was the Bright March game? Yeah, this is the game where we didn't really have all that great thing. Is this the game? I think this is the game where what happened is V did more damage to me with his spring-loaded shit. Yeah, he did more damage to me with his spring-loaded shit than he did with his two-wheel weapon. 2,000 damage just because of the spring-loaded trap. That's bullshit. It also has knockback, and it blocks your vision. It should just be a little trap, you know, like buoy trap, except without the knockback. The knockback is built into the Vivian talent. Oh, great. A lot of lag.
Moji.
I gotta change this around.
Too.
This is more of a snowball load. I've seen this card fail me thousands of times, and I really don't like it. But Cozy right now, this is still a really good loadout. It's better than this. And then this is also a really good loadout. This is against burst, and this is just cozy. Pop it. This is the no shields thing, where you had some cozy. And having some more cozy pops with that. You have a bit of that. You have a bit of that. Granted, you could also go for instead more peppy, more cozy. Or you could have this, which seems like a good idea. I don't think Fluffy's going to be great. And Cozy's still amazing. But what happens if I go level 2 life rip? Because level 3 with this means like life rip is much easier to come by. So this is when I still think I should rely more on my cozy for survivability. Don't need more health. It still does allow for some things, but this honestly feels like a good change. Tank emoji is a terrible idea. It should be emoji with a ton of thing. Get in, get that kill, snowball the fuck out of everything. Fire a shot when you know, I'm complaining a lot. I want to redeem myself on emoji. Please don't give me Bright Marsh or any bad emoji map. Just give me Jaguar Falls. I'd like that. Come on, come on. What map? What map? What map? Even Ice Mines.
Siege.
Frozen Guard.
I hope
Well,
our
one of
strength
the
is
things on my
enough.
channel have that, and I just want emoji game.
Oh, and Mr. Snuggleford too.
What kind of chosen? Okay, he can go down boss then. Yeah, that works. That's why I like having the thing I want to go. I think I just go this. I want to play with the gold emoji again. I got this from grinding out bounty coins. I watched 4 hours of Paladin stream. That bounty coins never got received, which... alright. I'm playing off of Steam, which is why it's a bit weird since it's a third-party installation. Oh, it's a one trick. How good or bad are you? Fuck if I know.
Okay, I'm ready.
Playing in a party, popping so many advantages with boosts, and then just constantly doing that and leveling him up. Good night. Okay. Lex and Cassie. Lex can sometimes overwhelm me. Maeve, I'm not that great of a shot at. Cassie can also be a problem. Lilith is a bit bullshit, but she is basically a tank that Moji can burn down quickly. I think I go more for this for survivability, because I need to be able to survive Lex. Yeah, this is just... Oh, you good game. You're so good. Such a good animation.
Let's make our time count.
No, it stays consistently. You know that level that you got when you get to 50? The difference between 50 and 51 is the difference between whatever that level is to whatever that level is. It isn't exponential. It's only exponential to you hit 50, and then it's just constantly leveling up 50. So it's like every 6 games is a level. That means he has played so many games in Damba.
3, 2, 1. They're out of time.
Yeah, honestly, starting with this. You see Vor's health card being run at like 2, then honestly, that can definitely work. Oh, shit. Oh, cool. Maeve handles Lex. I can handle Khan. Let's not have Captain go after me. That's good enough. Yeah, no, that Khan, yeah, no, he got fucked over badly. Especially with the drafts and going into emoji. Khan going into emoji can be not the greatest experience. I'm just gonna go around. I don't like facing Cassie up close, but I don't also like facing Maeve. I'm not that great at aerial aim, sadly. Oh shit, there may also be going, hit scan. Nope, nope, nope. Go back around. Oh, hello, Maeve. What? I was full health there. What happened? Okay. What I think happened is that 2 daggers landed. What? No, but she already did. Okay, that's just. It's confusing. I also. Okay. 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 And okay. Ah, that is really annoying. Because I can't aim that well in stationary target. Well, I can aim well at stationary target. Yeah, I don't really want to deal. Yeah, I have the flick shot. I don't really like flick shotting. I went too far. God damn it! You really need more control in that. It constantly moves you forward. And it... God. I wonder what would happen if you was just a first-person ability. You constantly move forward, but you can still turn just as fine. That'd be great. I'm complaining over nothing. Granted, I also hate these movement abilities because I hate clinging to walls. Like, I don't like clinging to walls. Oh! Oh, that's amazing! Did I just pop my magic bar? I popped the shield and it didn't happen again. Oh, yeah, Dom was saying fuck you to flanks then.
30 seconds remaining.
It's 5. If I hit him a second later, it would have been full damage. That's the thing. Is like the nerf moves in the way that he can't do like constant damage like that way. And like honestly, that could work out, but you could make that a talent or something. So they don't get the advantages of rolling in with 2. Yeah, that's fine. Cancel. I just wasted 1,000 damage from that mark. Honestly, flick shot. Flick shot him. Flick shot him. Flick shot him. Flick shot him. We're going to need to dismount. We're going to need to do a lot of... I'm going to hide between cover. We have to win the fight, which means... Okay, if Cassie knows where I am... Oh, that's... What? Really? 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 That's just fun. That's just so fun, isn't it? When you know you put it up. You know you click on it. But I know it's going to be network lag. I'm only... Oh, you don't get hit with Maeve's ult. No, that's our Maeve, isn't it? Yeah, that's our Maeve. Oh, no, Maeve just died. Oh yeah, you can... Oh! That was annoying, not knowing where Lex is, but Lex knowing where I am. Granted, I really do think that the nooch thing of being able to see when you're marked by Lex is amazing, but I really like to just see it above the head. Like, everyone can tell you've been marked by Lex. It helps out his teammates, and it helps out your teammates. So it's both to combat and help out Lex, because his teammates can realize, oh, that's Lex's target. Granted, that headshot damage can be bullshit. Oh, you're generating ammo, healing for each shot in pursuit, and doing that, and then you're having a movement speed. Nice. Might try that loadout. Seems to be a fun one, especially with deft hands.
5, 4,
The slower firing speed's what's getting me. I don't know if to take a little bit slower firing speed, but faster, because it's basically the same DPS as Lex. It's basically the same DPS as base Lex, but with the extra damage to your target, it's not nearly as messy. It doesn't really give me a lot of time, because if I miss even one thing, then Lex can just do that. Lex can also see me through walls, which is fun. I really think that should just be a beneficial of, like, okay, they can see you through walls. Okay, that's kind of bullshit. If it was linked to the talent of Retribution, if that's specifically what it's used for, is being able to see people through walls plus that. Oh yeah, that's amazing.
Overtime. Killing spree. The payload.
Let me fate Lex on my terms. Nope. Nope, can't fight her indoors. Granted, she does have a whole lot less mobility, but if she's just hanging around outdoors in there... Okay, I saw Lex. So, wait, that still happens, just that her blood health isn't there. Oh, it doesn't cancel? It gives them uncauterized life rip, which cauterized really shouldn't be ignored ever. That is a terrible idea at low health. You never want to grab at low health. I really don't like the 1% of the magic mark for mark for Lilith. We want to go more here, and we want to go more here, because that means I can keep up with Lex with his max nimble and his movement speed card. That just means he has movement speed card, which is much easier to deal with, but we're both actually faster than we are. Which means our aim has to keep up with it. Which I can do this shit, like, super quickly.
Capture point spawning in 15 seconds.
Alright, it's blue. It's blue and orange. Doesn't look like you're seeing it from one side.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Oh, please don't do this. Go, good, good, very good, amazing, lovely. Oh, just Domino just how to heal his heals. Oh, he's trying to ult you. Don't do it. Fuck. I just wasted both my cooldowns trying to get there. It puts him out of commission. His healer can't heal him. Like, it's just a good stunning option. It's basically a stun. I could have done that sooner. I think I barely ulted people. I need to ult more, figure out how to fight against aerial opponents more. Because you see me not being able to aim straight upwards for like a lot of that, and not really going straight for that, which does kind of suck, and I do need to improve my aim on that front. If he was just normal Lex, where you got extra damage from me but just went straight for me, that probably would be fine. You see me doing really good against a team that doesn't really counter Moji, because con shields is the only thing, but it doesn't protect him. It only protects him and not anyone else unless he blocks in front of them. Cassie got dunked on. Oh god. They were a bot, weren't they? Cassie probably left because she saw Dom was level. I don't fucking know. But both Maeve and Lex good. And I have to be careful around them. Granted, if I'm left alone in a room with Lilith, most of the time I actually get filled by Lilith as a tank and whatnot. So it's like, oh, 630 damage. She has infinite ammo. She has percentage-based damage. Her swarm can deal an insane amount of damage just by casting it, and she gets health back. So it can sometimes feel enraging to fight against her. Granted, Maelstrom of Carnage kind of makes that worse because this card, increase the damage of Swarm. That is insane. I've seen that used, or they just cast level 1 on it. Maybe they have the mark not on someone else, but they have like 5% marks blood health, blood cannon. You could have this at 3. Increase projectile speed. Well, that just means if they come close to you, they're kind of fucked. And you can do this for just that little increase to that. What would this loadout do? Nimble, 3. Start that off. Rush at the enemy. Cast 1. They're marked because they're in your swarm, and you're freely able to deal damage to them. You can also then put the Hex on anyone that needs it, based on anyone that needs it, and your team can go with you because you also have its healing. You reduce its level, but whatever. 4.25 seconds. Okay, 4.25 seconds and costs 825 blood. But it doesn't increase the cost by much. Oh, right, it doesn't increase the cost at all. Increase the healing that allies receive, or just increase its radius and they get healing, but you're more of a damage. Especially because you're already using this one, which increases its radius and decreased its cost by 25% already. So you have 20% less cost with a 3% increase. So is it just going to be 22, or is it going to be like that weird little middle ground? Because either way, it's just good. Plus it adds on 625 health extra. And as long as you're hitting your shots, especially with increased projectile speed, which even, like, granted, at level 1, it doesn't really do that much, but 25% could be the difference between hitting and not hitting. Granted. This could work, these could work. It's basically filler, but since you're attacking people that are in your swarm most of the time, and you're hitting them, and you want to hit them while they're in the swarm, they're great. I think I end this here. I've talked too much.